Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. We are live. We are ready to go. My man over here looking sharp, but we got 2 hours of dynamite tonight. The Undisputed World Championship is on the line. Punk, Moxley, the interim champion. It says the title doesn't mean anything until he beats Punk. A lot of us think it's not going to go through, but we got a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. We had a big team meeting. I said we had to have that come to Jesus moment, and it kind of happened. So, folks, we are going to kick off the show. We're going to have a lot of fun, and tell everyone you know we're about to kick it off. Let's go. Yeah, we are live, folks. That's right. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. If you didn't know, I'm Mr. Every Night, KJ White, back at it again. The Iron Man. Hi, that's me. Of YouTube. I'm joined by the Master of Mayhem, the MJF.
Oh, you're freezing up, my guy.
I froze up?
Yeah. So, yes, KJ froze up. I am Big Nick. Let me try and fix this real quick here for you. There we go. Yes, we are kicking off right now with Aew Dynamite, and I've got Jericho Appreciation Society coming out right now. Who is it? But yes, folks, tonight we have CM Punk versus Jon Moxley. Is it actually going to go through? Are we actually going to get a winner? Who knows? I think it's honestly going to be a DQ, although I'm and Jericho coming out right now, but I'm interested to see, are we just getting, a subtle heel turn from CM Punk, or I'm of two minds because I have that, but also at the same time, it's interesting how the guy who got a career renaissance through the pipe bomb and is the quote unquote voice of the voiceless is so thick or so thin skinned that he could have obviously handled this backstage if he's such a big badass UFC fighter. But no, we're gonna wait months on this until just whenever. I like I said, it's bound to happen. It's almost CM Punk's like Schmiegel when he gets the fucking gold ring. Whenever he gets a championship, he just turns instantly into an asshole. But I still have that sneaking suspicion. This could be all a heel turn. I might be giving Tony Khan too much credit, but also I think, as you can see with the lovely scarf, I think MJF's going to be coming back sooner rather than later. We've heard reports on that, and I think he instantly gets involved with this whole feud. I think.
I had to try again. I had to see what was up. Am I better?
You're good. You're good.
All right. I had to try again and get it right. So sorry to stop your
I was like, this man.
Right? No, just hi. Hi everybody. Welcome. You know what that means.
Theme song so nice you had to hear it twice.
Right, there we go. I mean, spoiling everybody. But yeah, we're ready to roll. So I'm not sure what you were just on there at the last.
I was talking about, I was kind of laying in a little bit of, I'm of two minds on the whole Punk situation, but right now we've got Jericho out cutting a promo. Introducing Daniel Garcia. So do you think that we're going to get Garcia going to BCC?
Why not? I mean,
I very much think that we are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, to me, the Jericho Appreciation Society has been garbage from the start.
Well, it's
bad concept. It was a horrible gimmick.
You could have stopped at garbage once you just said Chris Jericho. So.
Oh wow.
But yes, hello Dale, hello Hassan, hello Chris, hello Datila, hello Heather, hello Damien, hello Boss. Goddamn.
Hello, you and you and you and you.
Right.
What's up? What's up? Damage control. All right. Hey there. What's up, son? Was hearing reports that AEW is losing
Morale
with all the wrestlers.
Yeah, they had that whole very WCW-ish meeting. That's why even during the intro, I was writing out, doing the Bret Hart, writing out WCW.
Right.
It's well, that's the thing is on one hand, and I guess it's even goes with the Punk thing of on one hand, this could all just be they're actually working us all phenomenally, or this is just literally there's no rudder to this shit. There's no one in charge. No one is the actual true captain, and shit's just going off the rails, and we're only 3 years in.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just funny. We talked about it, I think, on Monday night where it changed so fast, right? Because AEW's been the darling. Everyone's rooting for the little guys that can, and go Tony, go. And then all of a sudden it was like, the one bad story and one interesting situation and another rumored, and the stars are, commenting on different tweets to give everyone like, ooh, a lot of heat.
Well, I've said this from the jump and everything, and I'm not trying to sound like a WWE mark that I know most people are going to turn out and say I am right now, because I'm a fan of pro wrestling, regardless of what company.
I love that disclaimer.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the day and age we're in that you have to disclaim before you make anything controversial. But I think it's nothing within AEW has changed. We've heard these stories. Christ, the whole thing with MJF was happening before all of this, and it was very debatable on if it was a work, if it was shoot. We still heard rumors of people being unhappy, this, that, and the third. But the entire landscape around AEW has now changed because Papa Paul and the WWE woke up, and now that they're playing with house money, it's now kind of exposing the cracks and the weak points and everything in AEW. It's putting a spotlight on them to kind of see how they're going to respond. And so far, it has not been great.
Well, it's funny because AEW was known for months, and we used to talk about it all the time when we were comparing the shows. AEW would start their shows with a bang, something, a match, kind of something right out of the gate. And here we are, WWE's kind of flipped the script, and AEW has given us a nice little promo to kick off this show that I'm not sure we're all totally that into as far as opening the show up.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm halfway invested. I'm invested right now in Daniel Garcia. I very much like him. I think he's a good homegrown, quote unquote, talent for AEW. I know you're not the biggest fan. You feel like he's kind of been pushed a little too much.
I like him. I just think he's being completely overexposed.
See, I to me though, I think I like that they're at least trying to use one of their homegrown talents. That's the thing is they have so many quote unquote to quote MJF ex WWE guys that to see them put the shine on a homegrown guy.
It's a weird homegrown thing because they signed him and instantly started using him every night. So it wasn't he came in packaged, like there was no development time for him as far as.
So would you say he's AEW's Austin Theory?
Ooh, juicy. Yeah, I mean that feels like a good comparable, right?
Right.
Just lightning bolt right out of the gate. You're not positive if they deserve it.
Well, speaking of lightning bolts, and the man that I really can't stand out of this whole segment right now is Chris Jericho, the one who's even tweeting out, responding to fans of wanting a KO and Sami Zayn and Chris Jericho faction. Oh, well, apparently there's some higher ups in other companies that want that too. # tampering. Yeah, Chris, because everybody's just knocking down your door to have you on TV. I'm telling you
right now, there's no way they're knocking down Jericho's door to get him back.
The only way that if they sign him, it would be literally one of those type of things to pull him away from AEW.
No, not even that. I think they say, fuck him, leave him there. We'll go after some other ones. We don't want him. Well, he doesn't bring enough to the show. And do I really want to see, Jericho KO again? Nah, I think KO's past it.
Well, that's the thing is KO has still continued to evolve. Well, I think Jericho is just very much absolutely backslid. And
he's in the twilight of his career.
Sorry, go ahead.
he's in the twilight of his career, right? So, and that's we've seen all the great wrestlers come out the other side and slow down, and the ones that hang around end up like well, not everyone's Ric Flair, but they
well,
they
he
come
seems
out, they
to
don't
be
look
like
great.
he knows he's at the end of like his playthrough, and so he just keeps stopping and then trying to hit restart just to see if it'll fucking start back over again. But it's not going to work. But Daniel Bryan's out right now, so we've got the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other with Daniel Garcia. Of do you want to be a sports entertainer or do you want to be a pro wrestler?
Right. I don't know. I mean, as contrived as Jericho is, I can almost see it being a thing of like Danny acts like he's going to go, but of course he's loyal to Jericho at the end of the day. But listen to the crowd.
I think he heel turns on Jericho when we get a Garcia versus Jericho feud.
I don't want that.
I didn't say you did. I just
that would be the one thing that would slow Garcia down is feuding with this man.
But that's the thing is who is Jericho gonna feud with? Jericho is elite right now in professional wrestling. I said it. He needs to latch on to whatever's hot right now to keep his career afloat.
Take a break.
Take some permanent time off. Garcia says he's not making a decision in front of everybody.
This is a weird, all right. I don't hate it.
Right. We do have to remember that it fits within the AEW storyline. It's not going to be WWE.
Yeah,
so we've got, Gargano coming out with.
I feel like this is a setup.
I don't know. They've bled together. Bryan and Garcia have bled together.
I don't
know. That's that
though.
whole BCC, initiation stuff.
Mm-hmm. But this whole pushing Jericho down thing and Jericho stunned. I'm. It gives me bullshit vibes, swerve vibes. You deserve it. They're chanting. Right?
Yeah, Jericho deserves quite a few things. None of them good.
I love JR, man. Well, this didn't go the way turn out the way I thought it might.
So help me, are we gonna get Bryan versus Garcia or Jericho? I mean, shit.
Interesting.
I hope not.
But Bryan can make Jericho look better than Jericho.
But I'd rather see Garcia go against Jericho, and then Jericho finally at least just puts him on the over and goes the hell away.
Go do Rampage commentary, which we don't love either, but it's better than you in the ring.
Yeah, just go do your podcast.
Yeah,
it's already in gorilla position. You can be by the ring.
Man, his podcast. I mean, I was a fan. Once upon a time, and I generally stuck to more of the wrestling podcasts. I really don't want to hear Jericho talk about legal issues I am a journalist major all the time would bother me, make me laugh, but. Lately, it's just been like fucking short clips in like a dressing room somewhere. And it's like fucking done on one of those old cassette recorders. All right, Samoa Joe, tell us about your journey. Like, where are you guys?
Right. Like I said, he now just has it in gorilla for everybody that's, back there backstage that night. You can have someone hop on. And the key word with your whole statement was a fan.
Yeah, it got really contrived, right? So he kept coming back to himself and the episodes where he was bringing on I'm going to bring on my faction and we're all going to talk about how we planned all this out and how amazingly awesome we are. And we're just going to give a fucking, a verbal circle tug to everybody.
But how will you have a great deal? Well, how will you hear about the great deal from Omaha Steaks if you're not listening to Chris Jericho's podcast?
Listen, I mean, I think I took advantage of the Jericho growth.
Everybody's done it once,
right? So we're getting Bryan.
It looks like we are getting Jericho versus Bryan.
Well, remember, it's Lionheart Jericho versus Daniel Bryan. So Garcia
Peacemaker Heart Jericho.
Peacemaker. So Garcia will be the definitive factor in this match, I do imagine.
Oh, I assume so. That'll be the true, who decides what, or he decides what side he's on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're on like the third comment. This is the best shit ever.
My bad.
14 minutes in, I think we've answered one question tonight.
And it's probably one we asked.
Yeah, probably. Robert, just in case we missed you, I know you were waiting for Wednesday all week long. I don't know. This card didn't exactly go over with me, Damien.
Well, Hager right now with a big spine buster for Brian. So Hager jumping Brian. So the Jackass Society stands tall for now.
We the people. Just laying them out. All right, all right. That was an ugly looking slam, by the way.
That whole situation was kind of ugly, especially Chris Jericho.
No, if we're breaking down just the first opening segment, not the greatest energy to run out of this. We're kind of curious how this plays out, but
and we got to give it time to build. It can't be like not every show is going to be instantly hot right out of the gate.
True.
We've still got 2 matches that I'm looking forward to since we were talking about the card.
This is one of them.
Death Triangle versus Aussie Open and Moxley versus Punk.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm dying to know how this Moxley versus Punk thing plays out. Listen, Tony will have a big old set of balls if he has somebody win this match. Whatever it sets up for All Out, it sets up. But if he actually awards the belt to one of the two, if it's Mox, listen, if Jon Moxley wins tonight, all the reports about Punk in the back of the in backstage are accurate. If Moxley leaves the building undisputed, there's definitely heat with Punk right now. I can see Punk being like, bye.
Yeah, but
imagine he was the darling 1 year ago.
Oh, absolutely. It's amazing to go over his whole year and everything. But if he actually has a winner, it reeks of WCW to me, of when they gave away Goldberg versus Hogan for the world title on Raw just because it was in Atlanta. Because this match that we're supposedly getting tonight should be the main event of All Out.
Yeah.
But now,
I'm looking forward to this match, by the way. Speaking of matches, it's funny. I was like, the card's meh. And now apparently I'm looking forward to it.
Now you're instantly like, speaking of matches I'm looking forward to.
Right? But Dax and Jay Lethal are going to give us a doozy.
Well, and how can you honestly not, be up for a match involving any piece of FTR?
No, and I mean, we've seen Dax definitely as a singles much more than we've seen Wheeler. And listen, they're both impressive. And it's one of those things, like when we say Dax is a really, really amazingly talented wrestler, doesn't mean his partner isn't, but he's just that much better.
Well, yeah. I was trying to think of any sort of other way to put it, but yeah, that's kind of really just the plain.
It's your 1A, 1B kind of idea, right?
Right. And I'm surprised, though, that this is what AEW's done with Jay Lethal.
I'm shocked. I mean, we didn't see him for a while. I think he lost like 2 or 3 matches in a row.
He's saddled with Satnam and Sanjay, and the man was just involved in the main event of Ric Flair's last match.
Oh, well, does that hurt your clout or help it?
Yeah. Ric Flair on his own recognizance, so I would say that it helps.
Well, with that hat and scarf, you sounded like you were turning into my grandfather. It's just the way. You here now here.
Yeah, I'm just like Junior from The Sopranos here. Over.
Right. Punk versus Moxley feels like Hogan versus Jarrett when he just laid there. Could you imagine? I'd die. It would be so. Listen, I'm praying, and everyone, I'm going on the record because I'm always the skeptic of the group that doesn't believe shit other than Bray Wyatt bullshit that I fall for every fucking time. But as the skeptic, if this is all a work, if all of it's been some tied in work, and maybe MJF leads the revolution of pissed off wrestlers. I don't know what to tell you, but if it's all a work, I'm totally down for it. But I'm curious to see how this all plays out.
I will say this: we certainly didn't get the summer of Punk, but I feel absolutely one way or another we will get the fall of Punk.
It was the fall of Punk. right before winter is coming. That match is going to be amazing. Jericho versus Bryan. It has potential to be amazing. I can't commit to it though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It has this curse word in it called Chris Jericho.
All right.
Sorry, I'm just shooting on everybody, I guess, tonight.
I like it. I listen. You know how I feel about Jericho and how
right.
You know,
you got to stick up now for Captain Canada. There,
Golden KJ for the most overrated guy out.
Oh yeah, see, I got it still right here,
right there. Beautiful. What else we got here? Oh, so I guess Clinton, welcome back, by the way. So I guess Tony Khan finally grew a set and took control of his company. I don't know. Is that confirmed?
Right. Just because they had a meeting doesn't mean he was in control of it.
I just picture him sounding whiny, like standing in front of a room full of the athletes and being like, "You gotta listen to what I say, okay?" Like,
so I want everyone to turn to the person next to you and give them a hug.
Fuck.
I still think, though, that there is very much the potential. Granted, I'd probably save it for All Out, but I do think that there is the potential of, Mr. MJF showing up.
Listen, right now, the WWE is just shooting off shotgun shells and just spraying, like across everything. Like that's consistently what they've been doing as far as grabbing the headlines, being in the news, being talked about. Holy shit, Johnny Gargano. Holy shit, Dexter. Oh my God, Index. Like that was just the last couple nights,
right?
Like, Edge, and you got all these things. Trish is back. They're firing. So I could see, I believe Kenny Omega is wearing his tactical turtleneck, right? Because they needed him to come back now. They hoped Kenny coming back would help.
Ooh. Super Russian leg sweep from Jay Lethal onto Dax. But that gets part of it too, though, with if we're going to look at this as everything with Punk is legit. And right now I've got picture, folks. And
it's not that out of the realm of possibility, Nick, that it is true.
Well, and that's the thing that's why I was saying earlier, it's funny to me how somebody who had a career renaissance based on a pipe bomb, a work shoot promo, and was known as the voice of the voiceless is so thin-skinned that he's getting so bothered because someone went off script with him, But
it's crazy how much
Captain goes off script all the time and just goes into business for himself and does what he wants. And I think that could be if they were rushing him back too, because we had those reports that he's still not fully healed.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're rushing him back, much like I guess if you want to go off the whole Colt Cabana podcast like WWE did, that's when he's good. Sorry, I know I said a bad word if I said Colt Cabana around CM Punk's name. So
hey, listen, it's funny as hell to me.
It's ridiculous.
Listen, Colt got kind of what was coming to him a little bit, man. Like
I saw a thing today that said, "Can't we just both admit that they're both assholes and just move on?"
Amen. I completely agree with that.
Right.
No, Nick, you're not wrong, and I mean, again, the stories kind of precede him, and again, if this becomes a pattern, and at this point, we're obviously he just says goodbye to everybody. But I mean, it's all the little things right now, like that kind of tension. We're unsure about MJF. We're unsure about other storylines. We've seen FTR. We've seen the Bucks. Like even for FTR to, respond to a fan about like, wait, hold on, we might be getting buried. Like kind of in that, to kind of even imply that. It feels like a bit of the Wild West over there right now, which
that's a little bit of it because I mean I've said it and other people have repeated it it's very much Tony Khan playing with his action figures over there of he just everybody wins like I don't have time to get everybody on my roster, but oh by the way I've also brought in No Way Jose and Wesley Blake and this person and that person.
Well, what's the story about when No Way Jose?
No Way Jose stole from an independent company or an independent booking so he could afford to go on dark.
Sticky fingers. Wait, what do you mean afford to go on dark?
That's I guess the best way that I heard it of like to get transportation.
I was like they have to pay to be on dark? What the fuck?
No, I was gonna say probably transportation. Well,
I mean, I guess No Way Jose.
You're gonna start seeing a lot of bookers say No Way Jose.
Yeah,
not in a good way.
But yeah, it will be really interesting. Now, like imagine like Triple H when he was on the executive and he's still competing in the ring, having angles with wrestlers. If one of those wrestlers had gone out and tweeted something like "shoe" disparagingly, it would be a completely different ballgame than what we're dealing with Tony. Like even Tony's response that, "Oh, it was pent up anger." So fucking what? You're a professional. What do you mean it was pent up anger? Swallow your pride or talk to it face to face. Get it over with. You don't go out there and burn. Now, Paige should have done it in the first place, but to make that excuse, I mean, it doesn't sound like authority.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to get to. And folks, big German suplex by Dax on the Lethal. This is a hell of a match. But I think that's part of the whole thing is that when you think Triple H, regardless of who's in that WWE locker room, in one form or another, they respect that man. They understand that chain of command. They, what he says goes, this, that, and the third. And if they want to go a certain way, it's dealt with accordingly. Yeah. I feel like there's no Tony may be quote unquote leadership there. I don't think anyone really in that locker room respects him.
I don't know if I'll go that far, but I don't think anybody. I think there's a level of but it seems even when you hear the wrestlers talk about him at times it's like they're talking about like a 17-year-old kid or like a 14-year-old kid that like he's so smart, he does a good job. Like
who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Shit.
Right. By the way, they just kind of placate to his ego
a little bit.
He
right?
lets them do what they really want to do. There's no one that's even he's not going to put his foot down on anybody. Christ, if all of this MJF thing is really just a shoe and we've all just been buying into it like marks, then there is no structure in that company.
No, it's chaos.
Again, why they have to have team meetings before the shows now.
Well, I mean, I'm sure, most of these companies should be having regularly, if you're not regularly talking to your team in that kind of like all of us in the room together type setting on a consistent basis, I'm surprised.
Oh, I'm sure that happens, but when does it need to be a press release type thing?
It's the funniest shit. Who's leaking all this shit?
Who isn't, honestly, probably at this point.
Fuck.
Well, that's part of what they were talking about. If everything's getting leaked, everybody's unhappy. Everybody's contracts, here, there, and everywhere. That's what part of what they were addressing in that meeting.
But I mean, you see that in sports teams and sports organizations where, when there is, there's constantly teams that get broken up because I want to get paid as much as him, and he doesn't do as much as me, and.
Right, but that could go into the whole overinflated roster that I feel that they have.
Well, they got to figure that problem out for sure.
Right.
By the way, we got Dax and Lethal still in the ring going at it. It's been a good match as expected, Nick. Back and forth, technical, good pace.
Well, we're getting a sharpshooter now answering back from the figure 4.
I like that we're almost on par again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rolls through, roll up. 1, 2. I don't even think we asked for anyone's predictions. So
yeah, anybody got a prediction
for this match?
Man,
I think we saw a couple people go with Dax, but they have to start doing something with Lethal unless they're going to just fully move him to Ring of Honor and figure out what they're going to do with Ring of Honor.
Yeah, no, they got to figure it out. They really do. Again, I know it's easier said than done. I'm sure Tony's trying. I'm curious what he's going to do. And I mean, there's been long rumors of him trying to get his own streaming service. Wow.
Big two count from Dax after a almost like a springboard because he bounced him off the top rope into the powerbomb.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the WWE is becoming like the NHL, like the National Hockey League at playoff time. Like if someone's hurt, they're like, oh, he has a lower body injury. They won't tell you what's hurt. This is just this thing like, oh, so-and-so, he's injured. Well, what happened?
Yeah, Lacey Evans is suffering from a lack of Vince McMahon at the helm.
But Lacey's good. They just got to find Lacey again.
I don't think they ever had Lacey. I think Vince just saw a cute blonde.
Nah, she's athletic. I think she's good. She can go.
Well, I'm not saying that she's not a talented performer. I just don't think that they have any idea what in the F-U-C-K they want to do with her.
I think at minimum they all agree of like, sorry, Lacey, I know it's not your fault, but you're going to have to just not be here for a little bit. People need to forget that happened. You get to go hang out with Ezekiel and Veer and Elrod. You get to go hang out with all the people we're cleaning up and refurbishing. Just
right.
Go that way.
Roll
You'll
up.
be back.
After the distraction from Sanjay, but we now got Dax with a roll up, the small package on Lethal 2 count. Yeah, Lacey.
Wow, what a match.
Now, I saw some people saying that they thought that Trish should come back and be a full-time performer. What do you think about that?
If she can do it, I'm in. Even if you brought her back again, like, I mean, it's too bad because we just did it with Damage Control, so it's hard to do. But it does. I mean, if she's hanging around with Aaliyah and Alexa and they're a little trio and she fights a little less than the other two, if she can go, she can go. And I mean, she looks like $1 million. She seemed to handle the microphone just as well as she always could. I'm all for it, dude. I mean, I got Canadian bias on this one, but I think if she can hang, let her hang.
But does it always have to be the legend that goes over the up-and-comer?
No, I mean, usually it would be the up-and-comer that goes over. I mean,
but I feel like WWE very much lacks in that department.
Well, yeah, they continually squash their current talent by bringing back older talent and letting them shit all over them.
Yeah, speaking of shitting on somebody, Lethal with the surprise roll-up pin on Dax. It was transitioned from one roll-up to another. I don't know if he fully grabbed the tights or what, but he got the very close pin on Dax.
Title match now?
I wonder when they're going to do that in the card. Is that honestly, if they're going to main event it, do you main event it and just a no DQ? Like something crazy has to happen one way or another if you do that.
Who's he bringing out?
Wait, what? Oh, the Motor City Machine Gun. So it's just basically their reunion. Hey.
What? Wow. Yo, do you think Impact's in trouble with all their contract talk leaking out lately?
Little bit. I think that they might end up being the odd man out in this war.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's funny where all the Impact guys are leaking like, hey, Meltzer, our contract comes up in 2 months. Let them know.
Right. Like even with the Good Brothers, their contract's almost up. Oh, what kind of is it? Roll up. Well, actually, on second thought, it is kind of still kind of close up. Like they had to they released it, retracted it, and releaked it again.
Dale, I don't listen. I call that fake news. That is fake news.
I think that's again. Chris Jericho has interest in WWE. I don't know if that's vice versa.
Chris Jericho always intended to retire in the WWE, as far as I'm concerned. And I felt like if you really paid attention to Jericho, which I did, yeah, as much as he would put down the WWE, but he always kept McMahon separate from the criticism. Like it was when he was talking about the company, it was they and them, or they're creative or they're writers, and he always spoke very highly of Vince. He was not very often was he overly critical of Vince, and he always kind of talked about like, yeah, I could see it. I don't know if that changes with Triple H coming around. So it's kind of interesting times, right? Like they might not have any interest in Jericho at this point. They see him on a weekly basis in this bullshit, and they're like, we don't want that. We don't need that right now.
I think that's more exactly it. If they just see, I think Hunter sees right through that whole thing of just he's very much trying to latch on to anything that is halfway relevant right now to keep himself afloat of staying relevant. So WWE doesn't want anything like that around there. When they're having to refurbish, like we were talking about with Lacey Evans, they're having to go through the roster, and whether it's like an Austin Theory, they're having to beat the Vince out of them, or they're having to, like KO, they've had to completely refresh. We'll go back to 2015 KO,
right?
Start over from there. that they don't need another project and another guy that another ego they're gonna have to wrangle in like Jericho.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I think they have a wealth of talent. And I think Triple H's big focus right now. Now, I mean, again, would Triple H bring him back on like a 4-week run where, he kind of talks a little shit with somebody and then it leads to some type of, all right, that's my final match. I'm done. Bye. Sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's interesting. And I mean, Jericho could have talked himself out of the opportunity, especially without Vince. Vince, I think, would have brought him back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I talked to Vince about my decision. He was, oh yeah, do it. Right. So my old school coach is fired. My old high school coach is fired.
Okay,
all right, Joe. All right. That match is going to be amazing. Jericho Bryan, I think I touched that one. Dash for the win. And Punk versus Mox feels like
we got there.
I don't know, dude. There's been a lot.
Here, we'll start here.
Where'd you start?
Here and work our way up.
All right.
Motor City Machine Guns, Jay Lethal, Wardlow, FTR, All Out. Hey, I'm here for that.
That's crazy, right?
To me, I just want Motor City Machine Guns in AEW in that tag division. Like, give me Motor City Machine Guns versus Swerve and Our Glory. Give me them versus just FTR. We don't need the 6-man. Like, Christ, even I'm not the biggest fan of them, but even if you gave me Young Bucks versus Motor City Machine Guns, I'd watch it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a veteran tag team, and they're talented, man. And we watch them. Now, this doesn't mean they're all elite, because we do know about the open door policy here. But there's been a lot of contract talk with Impact. Is there a chance that this is an actual signing?
Oh, we have Thunder Rosa cutting a tearful promo backstage.
She's giving up the belt.
I almost forgot she had it.
We're gonna get Storm versus DMD, I think.
I don't want to say this because if she is actually injured, T's and P's, but I almost feel like this is a way that they could get the belt off of her without her losing it and looking weak, because her title reign was already not that great, in my opinion.
You know what? I think we think her title reign wasn't blah, 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 blah.
That could be me.
I think internally, I don't know if they view it the same way, so I could see it going either way.
True. And don't get me wrong. I am a huge fan of Thunder Rosa. Right? I just think that her title reign, she just didn't have enough around her to work with.
This guy's got to take the mask off his face. It bothers me so much. He looks like a baked potato. Motor City signed with Impact. Yep.
For now.
I can't honestly be so excited. Yes. Wait, how lucky is it for you that you get to see I believe you're going to All Out. So, yeah, interesting. Should get to see Motor City. MCM, Guns, Jay Lethal, Wardlow, FTR at All Out.
Well, speaking of Guns, right now we have Colten Gunn with his brother and Stokely Hathaway.
Is that new music? Because it's shit.
Oh, they're shit. So, of course it's shit.
Ryan Bibbins. I love Bibbins.
Oh, I love me some Bibbins.
Now people are bringing giant scissors to the... Oh, my shit froze. Oh, they're fucker. Where are we going?
Caster right now wrapping Gunn out to the ring.
Rocco, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Rocco's question. I live in Chicago and was at All Out last year. It was pretty great. My question is, this All Out card better than last year's?
No.
Well, yeah, it's funny. Thinking back, you're like, maybe not. I'm not as excited for it. But, I mean, name-wise, this one's stacked. All Out.
There's so much, I guess, whether it's work, shoot, however you want to look at it, there's so much controversy right now about the company one way or another and so much uncertainty that it detracts from All Out.
See, for me, it almost makes me a little more intrigued, a little more exciting, because this is what I want. I want real shit. I want people mad at each other. If they can parlay that into some good wrestling matches, it would be the biggest coup ever. If they were sitting in their boardroom giggling, like, listen to these podcasters run their fucking mouth, and we're playing them all. Perfect. You brought back kayfabe.
I mean, if they did, then that's kudos to them. But we have guys like Eddie Kingston right now sitting in the back while we have Billy Gunn still having a match in 2022. We have the Ass Boys versus the Acclaim. We were getting scissor signs in the crowd. Like, that's what we're running with on TV. I mean,
as growing up as a young KJ telling everybody to suck it, I can't really hate on the scissors.
I feel like I almost sound like Triple H then of, our stuff was cool. That's not.
Yeah. I mean, this card this year, All Out has the potential to be one of the most memorable wrestling nights in a long, long, long time. Of course, it's up against Clash of the Castle, same weekend. Tony's going to want to make an impact. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Nia Jax. I have no idea what's going to happen. Could you imagine? It'd be the funniest shit ever.
No.
There's just like a train of old WWE, old NXT wrestlers just.
The only way I feel at this point Tony makes a big enough splash outside of obviously MJF is let me in.
Let me in. That would be a coup.
Which I don't see happening. So I think he's got all his money in the basket on with MJF.
Yeah, I mean, if you were Tony and you hadn't already got Bray's name on a piece of paper, you're shitting your pants when this all happens.
Right.
Now, if he was smart enough, he's like, well, just sign a contract and then you can start when you're done your movie stuff.
Just have all of the money.
Right. So, yeah, just take the truck. Take the whole truck. All the money in it. Just go. Thunder Rosa is injured. Yes.
What up, Victor?
What up, Victor? JV, that sounds like BS from Thunder Rosa. Nick, you felt the same way.
Great minds at times. I don't want to admit it with you, JV, but I feel like I have to.
Right. Thunder Rosa is relinquishing the AEW World Championship. There's going to be an interim AEW. Another interim.
Right. We're getting interims all over the place. We're getting a losers fatal four-way for the women's tag tournament on SmackDown. Mm-hmm. Now we had the interim AEW heavyweight title. Now we're getting an interim AEW women's title.
Yeah. So we're doing it again, but they didn't officially say who's fighting for it, correct?
I don't believe so yet. I think it was just her announcing it.
All right. Guys, did you hear that Tony Khan called it a must-attend meeting for the talent before Dynamite? Man, I would have paid to be a fly on the fucking wall. If anyone out there snuck like a phone video of it, I will pay good money to see how that meeting went down. I just picture the guys being like, "Come on, Tony."
Oh well, what's his name? Oh, he was meet with in WCW and WWE. Sean Stasiak. Yes, he got fired because he was recording everybody's stuff.
Right?
Where's he in AEW? I'm sure he's got to be an agent or something somewhere.
Right, must have been. But no, that's funny, Nick. I can see Thunder Rosa screwing Tony Storm over.
Oh, you think a heel turn for Thunder? Mm-hmm. I feel like she's one of those the John Cena-ish forever baby face. John Berg, what up?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, what up?
Oh, what up? Yeah, no, we showed everybody out. We click on all these little buttons here. So
you don't go home till you do.
Right, unless you say something stupid, we'll click on you.
Right.
That's why only half of JV's comments get clicked on. Just kidding, bro. Tony Khan and CM Punk as heels versus MJF. I think it would be a big coup if we got a heel Tony Khan, a whiny, snivelly heel Tony Khan.
I still think that there's this whole speculation, like I said, that this is, and sorry, folks, if you're here for Billy Gunn versus Colten Gunn coverage, I'll try and give it to you as best I can, but I'm really not the biggest person invested in this match. But we are rolling right along with Dynamite. But yeah, I feel like there's a whole lot of speculation, and I'm halfway on this kind of mindset that maybe this has all just been, turns out Punk's really kind of been the heel all along. I mean, he's kind of, let's be honest, everybody put your hand up, let's be honest, that CM Punk's kind of just naturally an asshole. So it would only be fitting if Tony Khan's really the Booker of the year, Booker of the year, fucking Booker of the decade, whatever little title he wants to give himself, then he would pull off something. Like we still think that this MJF thing's a work, that Punk's the heel, that this was all just planned out. He's like, I got nothing left. I got no returns I can do. I got no debuts I can do. I can't do any more gimmick matches because everybody's hurt. Punk, my man, you gotta go, asshole. Pause. But I do think that that's very much a situation that could happen. And I honestly, Stokely with the bag attack to pause. Caster. Distraction. Low blow by Colten. But that somehow this ends up to where MJF is the babyface in this whole situation. That he goes into then, I guess, that pipe bombing mode and Colten picks up the win. So do that with it you will, folks. I don't know what to really make of. Is the Gunn Club supposed to be like the new up and coming tag team? Because I still don't quite get. This feels like a storyline that should be happening across Dark. This shouldn't be happening on Dynamite. I'm sorry. And Stokely's giving them his business card. So he's just been recruiting them this whole time. Oh, good Lord. Victor, what up? Thank you. Yes, I am back. Back at it like I never left. I can see Serena Deeb winning the interim women's championship. That's not a bad shout. And the Gunn boys are taking it to the Acclaimed and Billy. Who the hell's coming? Swerve and Our Glory is coming out. So I guess they are building up. Are we going to get the Gunn Club versus Swerve and Our Glory? I really honestly don't want to see that. I don't know about any of y'all. I don't want to see. To me, that's such a one-sided. It's how do you pick anyone but Swerve and Our Glory in that match? Fatal 4-way for women's title, yes, but I don't think they've named so far who's in it. Yes, Victor, Billy Gunn lost. The ass man couldn't pull it off. Pause. I don't know. Am I, the man on an island here of I'm just sounding like old man Cornette of I'm just not with this whole feud. You can tell me if I'm wrong, trust me. But I'm just, this could be so much better. There's so much. This is time you could be using for something else. Damien says, I want to see Serena Deeb win the interim AW Women's Championship. Interesting. I mean, Victor, I think, just said that too. That's the thing is, who do they have win it? Do they have Statlander's out? Do they have Athena win it? Maybe. I feel like Tony Storm's kind of the only one that can. Did Tony just say the main events trios? Hey, I've been saying that this whole time. That I thought, honestly, because I thought we were going to end in a no DQ with the interim with a heavyweight title match, a DQ finish, no decision finish, that was going to open the show, and that we were going to end it with this insane, folks. If you like high flying, if you like luchador style wrestling, if you like New Japan style wrestling, if you like wrestling outside of the US, then you're absolutely going to want to watch that 6-man tag match between Pac, the Lucha Bros, Will Ospreay, and United Empire. That is going to be a barn burner. Like, absolutely give that time. And folks, while I know JVS, your comment will get you here into a minute. But while we're in commercial, I guess I will take the time to let y'all fine people know we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we are the fastest growing channel on YouTube. We are here for anything you need in pro wrestling. Like I said, I'm Big Nick. Some people have even called me Saint Nick, and we're the channel that just keeps giving. We were here last night or 2 nights ago for Monday Night Raw, here last night for NXT, here tonight for Aew Dynamite. back here for Friday night for doubleheader SmackDown and Rampage, and then we're back here for the whole weekend for NWA 74. So trust me, folks, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. There is no other channel out there that is bringing you this much content and this much breaking news up to the minute. Literally, you're seeing our live reactions right as everything's happening. So literally, this is the most up-to-date in professional wrestling you can get right here. JV says, Nick, you've been around as long as I have. Yes, we are wrestling fans of a certain vintage. What event happened that created that heel corporate Vince McMahon? Oh, the Montreal screw job. Do you think that they're going to do a screw job finish? No. Mox is too. You can't make Mox a babyface or try and make him that kind of guy. Mox can't survive doing that. Mox would be the guy. Mox is supposed to be stone cold. He's supposed to be the asshole anti-authority, doesn't give a fuck kind of guy. So he's not going to do any sort of screw job. KJ likes it. Well, you might have to convince me then, sir. But like I said, I'm of two minds. If this is either the greatest, closet, this fits into that whole, promo that him and MJF had bringing up the summer of Punk, that, he's been a snake this whole time. It's the devil's, devil in disguise, all of that. So I absolutely think that this could be, if they manage to pull it off, it would be amazing if it's been just this long-term heel turn. But I do also think that there's a good portion of it that it could be just literally there's stuff going off the rails behind the scenes of that. We had to have the little meeting like WCW. We just hear all these stories coming out, and now the focus is on them because WWE has pulled their stuff together.
No, I completely agree with you, Nick. I mean, the likelihood that there is actual inner turmoil is possible. It's highly possible. It's more likely to be the outcome than in the other way. However, I've said for a long time that, and I mean, we've seen examples of it, but not properly. And you could really use the media and guys like Meltzer to write whatever you want them to write. You could sit in a room with Meltzer and say, Meltzer, this is complete bullshit, but right,
Meltzer especially,
right? And we eat it up. All we need is one wrestling media outlet to put out a story, and everyone else jumps on it. So everything moves like wildfire, whether it's true or not. And if they're used, if you use that means properly, you help build the stories. You help build the intrigue.
Oh yeah, well, I think like you kind of nailed it on the head there a little bit earlier, and I even said it before when the MGF thing was really initially kicking off. Of if there's a company and there's performers that have managed to kind of bring kayfabe back with Twitter and everything, they're in AEW. It's one of those that there's still, you believe that there's enough chaos that even if there potentially isn't, you would still believe it. So They can, I guess, hopefully, knock on wood, use that to their advantage.
The Chicago screw job. I mean, it would be funny as a work if you did it where like there's like a weird roll up and the ref gives a fast 3 count and Tony comes out and like scoots Moxley out of the ring. Like, come on. And he goes running off and Punk's all pissed off.
You just hear Tony Khan, ring the bell, damn it. And then he just wants to go and still give CM Punk a hug afterwards, even though we screwed him over. No.
I didn't say anything about a hug. Don't be surprised.
But that's what Tony Khan heard.
The man is wearing a scarf for a reason, Victor.
Exactly.
I know. Rocco's got a different opinion, so I don't know. I'm thinking Drew and Roman before Clash does a contract signing. The Clash comes down. Clash comes, Drew beats Roman, and he holds both titles, and they say a new WWE champion. Paul says contract says one title on the line.
I halfway get where you're going with that, but I don't agree with it. I think that's going off of the whole talk that the draft may not be happening now, so it's one of those of how do they get
that's weird, right?
Off of Roman without him losing. I think it's very weird. I think it might be a little bit more of that that story got out too far ahead of the game, that they wanted to play that a little closer to the vest. So I think that might be it.
Oh, now we got DMD and KiLynn King in the ring. Who is your prediction? Damien's got DMD. I got DMD. You're all about the spelling.
Share, subscribe.
Right? Like Sesame Street around here.
One.
All right.
Two hosts.
It can go both ways. I can see Chicago screw job where Mox gets screwed over, and you see CM Punk and Khan going out through the crowd. Interesting.
Oh, you think you go that route with it? Okay.
Interesting. I mean, that plays better than my original assumption.
Yeah, that plays a lot better.
Right? Could you imagine Tony Khan and CM Punk shoulder to shoulder in the crowd in Chicago? The crowd still loves them, but they're shocked. And Moxley's just.
I think the crowd. That's the thing, though, is doing that in Chicago, you're not going to get the reaction you would want for that. You're going to get the crowd's going to go insane.
Yeah, but I think the smart fans know that, right? Like, I think they everyone in Chicago's cheering and they're going nuts. I don't know. It's interesting, but the screw job works better if Punk gets screwed in Chicago.
Right, but I don't think you do that.
I mean, if you want to repeat history,
if you do that to where say Punk gets screwed, MJF screws him. Pause. But
so, Edward, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for joining us, Victor. That's why Tony Khan called for a 10-talent meeting tonight to diffuse everything backstage and to talk about the contracts. Maybe you just brought everyone in to be like, man, everyone believes this shit. Keep it up.
Maybe. I still think it might have been that just one, he came back with, pizzas for everybody at catering and then just all hell is breaking loose, shit's on fire. People are throwing chairs.
Well, I mean, it's a problem if your top guys keep going rogue, right? Right. You've had the Bucks kind of whine and piss and moaning use social media to get their feelings out all the time. Kenny's done it. We saw Dax, like I said, take kind of a pot shot at the Bucks.
But the fact, though, that Punk took this long and waited until now and everything to kind of take a little pot shot,
remember,
you want to talk about coward shit. I'm sorry, but again, I keep saying that man's thin skinned as all get out. You want to be able to lockjaw locked in and DMD with the win.
The doctor will see you now. She is out. Big win for DMD, who's been relatively quiet since she hasn't had the belt.
I'm still waiting for the feud between her and Hayter. It's going to happen. I'm telling you. I've been saying it for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
That actually wouldn't be a bad fatal four-way. Hayter, Deeb, Storm, and Baker.
Ooh.
You're welcome, Tony. Oh, speaking of which, now Baker's out here addressing Thunder Rosa.
A broken freaking wrist. I like Britt.
Hey.
They need to get Britt better competition.
And could you imagine, though, how much her phone's ringing off the hook, her and Adams from Hunter?
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, Hunter knows they're locked in, right? What are they going to do? Not Britt. Britt might get out.
Yeah, Britt.
Hey! Storm is here. Oh, there's Hayter.
It was running up behind her.
Oh, shit. That was a hard bump.
Oh, and they even pull out the terrible towel for all of you Steelers fans out there. Storm versus
right.
Hayter. Okay.
So who's coming out to
can't be Thunder now.
No, look who it is. See, this is where I'm like, and I like Sheeta, but you don't have anyone else?
Well, we've talked about it before that they probably have the shallowest, and I mean this in all due respect. Respectfully, Respectfully, they have the shallowest women's division of professional wrestling.
They really do. There's your Fredo 4-way. My money's on Tony Storm.
Hey, I was one off.
You were one off because who saw Sheeta coming?
Yeah, that's true.
It's interesting, Hayter and DMD being in there. So we seem like we're going to get the fallout of them two.
Yeah.
The draft is happening right after Clash, Nick.
Well, I've heard that report, and I've heard reports now saying that it's that they've going to almost completely scrap that whole idea altogether.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I said, I feel like that's a thing that it kind of got out.
Yeah, they just rein it back in a little,
and they want to rein that back in because that's one thing, and I will say this, that I've really liked about the Hunter era. Besides the obvious, he doesn't have to be on TV. He's not coming out cutting promos or anything like that. He's not welcoming people back to anything.
No,
He's
right.
just sitting there letting the talent do what they do best.
Yeah, go. Fucking go. Do your job. Get it right.
Right.
Let's go.
Like Drew said, we're wrestlers in a wrestling ring. So let's freaking wrestle. That man fit in as many wrestles as he could while Vince was having a coronary in the back.
And Jim Cornette was at home with the biggest chub ever.
Right.
Grilled, sitting on the edge.
Say it one more time for me, Drew.
Right, one more time, buddy.
One more time. One more time.
Rocco just found you guys on YouTube, and you were great. Thank you. Like, subscribe, join the family.
Absolutely.
Rocco, we're one.
Welcome to the fam, good sir.
That's
Trust
it.
me, you fit right in. You know, Rocco Perozzo. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry. I'm on a few vitamins and everything.
Is that related to Deanna Peruzzo? Peruzzi?
Close, but I'm saying, you know, it's always nice to have another nice Italian here on the channel. Oh, we got
the second hour
now. The title match right now.
Well, because you get a 60-minute time limit technically, so they got a lot.
Start of the hour. Wow. Damn.
I'm over the water bottle throwing. Now I'm just being picky.
Yeah, a little bit. I can't complain because I'm kind of the wild thing on our channel. So,
okay. Pause. Yeah, Rocco, thank you for that. Thank you for joining. And like we always say, the wrestling might suck. We never do. If you want to know what's going on in wrestling, you just want to hear guys ramble about it, like having company on the couch, have a little chit chat. Join us. And you know what? The family here will always make you feel included. So thank you. And I appreciate the kind words. Sorry, I just skipped right over Dale. Dale, how are you, buddy? Up next, CM Punk versus Jon Moxley, world title. Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn.
Let's go.
But do we end up in how do we get to a no contest here? Because do we actually see a winner here? If you're telling me
do we even see a match? Do we see any, like, does the match start and they get 10 minutes in?
That's the thing, is because if we get literally what should be the main event of All Out right now as the co-main on Dynamite, fucking ship sailed, buddy. Like, I can't help you anymore. If you can't figure out booking and you do some bullshit like this, I can't help you.
The WWE draft is postponed. It's not happening after Clash. Oh, okay. So Damien confirming.
Like I said, I think they're trying to rein that one back in.
AEW. Oh, Alex. AEW sucks right now.
No, I would not say that. It's
you were so aggressive. No.
Well, I don't think it sucks. I think it needs. Now you're seeing the cracks, the weaknesses. You're seeing where it could be better.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's that rose-colored glasses. Like, I mean,
right
in the beginning, and I mean, there was stuff that I'll be honest, we've been on these streams. There was stuff AEW was doing in the last couple of years where you were like, "What the fuck is this, guys?" However, there was a lot of fun, exciting shit that was happening in that too, and it was completely different than what we were getting on the other channel.
That Dynamite run the table at for our ranking show for the longest time and everything. Mm-hmm. And now it's just like I said, nothing's changed with AEW. It's everything around it. the Undisputed
Sheeta. Yeah, we got Sheeta back. I like Sheeta. I'm sick of Sheeta with mixed up with Britt. But she's the fourth in the. I mean, I guess Athena's going after Jade.
Right.
Where is Ruby Soho? So, she lost again?
Wrist.
Remember
Cardor?
Oh, that's right. That's what happens when you leave your arm in a car door, by the way.
That's what happens when you get involved with Chris Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
holy shit.
I'm paying heavy attention to everything CM Punk's doing right now. Of just to try and gauge this man.
CM Punk is officially a fucking heel. Wait, there's some cheers in there. They gave it the name. There was literally a Moxley chant. Who would have ever thought CM Punk in the ring with Moxley or anyone else and him losing the cheer battle?
But that's the thing, though, is the AEW audience is very unique and very they like who they like, and it's a very certain type of audience. And I feel like the second you go against the grain with them, you're instantly the heel. And that's if the dirt sheets are to be believed, then that's exactly what Punk's done.
Nick, I think you're onto something. I mean, everything's really drawn out with Punk.
Yeah.
Even handing the belt to the ref was slow. They don't even use Roby. I know. The crowd is going bananas.
Well, like I said, folks, we've at least gotten the bell rung. Are we actually going to get a
I don't know
match? And if so, who's your prediction? I guess I'm taking Moxley.
Yeah, you're taking Mox?
Yes. Actually, can I take a person who isn't in the match? Well, actually, no. We're going tonight. I'm saying no contester. But
no, I still think there's no winner. But the fact that and it just seems so drawn out. But you need to draw this out. You need to milk this crowd, and they are alive. And we got the collar and elbow tie up. Woo! I'm jazzed.
Oh yeah, like I said, this is going to be insane if they give this away on free TV. Not saying I'm not going to enjoy the none of it, but from a business perspective, this is nuts.
It's really crazy. Two of your bigger names.
Flips off the ref and then just MJF just laying it. I jumped the gun there. Moxley just laying it elbows to Punk. Oh, is that how we're going to end this? Is that we get a DQ because they won't pay attention to the ref and he just ends it in a DQ?
No, that'd be shit.
I didn't say it would be good. I just said, is that what they're going to do?
Yeah, I almost feel like that's a possibility now watching this develop.
Yeah, because we've already got now the refs pulling Punk off of nailing knees.
It's intense.
So I think that we might get this of literally just they won't. That it's going to be they can't obey the ref, so then that all out it's going to be a no DQ match, and then that's when MJF gets involved. There you go. Thank you.
Oh wait.
Oh, the foot. Oh no way.
Oh shit. Wait, maybe this is maybe it's the backdoor swerve here, but
I don't know. But this is interesting. Oh yeah, so Punk went for an enziguri, and on that, he injured his previously injured foot, and now Moxley with just raining down elbows on him. Moxley is saying, fuck your injury.
He's grabbing the foot.
He's going to bite it like a weirdo.
Nah, he didn't, shockingly.
Thank God. I'm amazed Moxley hasn't bled yet.
Wow. By the way, dear Jon Moxley, the paradigm shift is not the paradigm shift anymore. Please.
That's a paradigm suplex.
Yeah, that hook suplex is just
right.
Get out of here with that butterfly shit. What is happening?
Maybe could it be honestly because Punk's still injured and they just needs to go the fuck away. But wow, 1, 2, wow. You're kidding me. You're kidding
Everybody in the crowd is doing what I'm doing right now. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. New Undisputed. Holy shit. Dominated.
I almost
I said the
right
only
into
way
that.
Mox walks out of this with the belt is if there's true heat in the back with Punk.
Right. Hey.
Like maybe they had a meeting and everyone's like, fuck this guy,
that
we're
was
done.
an ass match, though. As far as a match, that was
I think he legit hurt himself. Or at least that's the angle they're going to sell.
But even if he actually did, then shame on you, I guess, Tony. Well, no, screw you, Punk, because you agreed to it and you probably honestly do need the money. That you came back that early. But that could be, Tony, I got to rush people back because I got nothing in the chamber left. But in no way, we've been saying this since they announced that match last week. This was going to be a no decision, no contest. There's no way this match ends in a finish. And God damn it, they made a liar out of both of us. They gave away the main event of All Out as the co-main event on Dynamite. And that's the Booker of the Year, folks.
But wait a minute. That's where, I mean, again, going to your point of what else? But wait.
You have everybody's right now paying attention to Punk. Like, I'm sorry. I've never had a broken foot. Knock on wood. I hope to not have one. But this man's acting like he just broke his body because of his
cursing and swearing and threw a chair.
Do you think that maybe this is Punk saying of this is how I'm going to go out?
What is happening?
They're literally dragging Punk out. Like I said, like this man has injured everything. Like this man's made of glass. Moxley leaving through the crowd.
He left the one belt behind. Like, fuck it.
I don't even know if he remembers, but yeah, so Moxley is now the undisputed AEW World Champion. And quite honestly, what was your opinion though of that match? Like, people, let me know what you think of that. Like, I see a what the fuck? I know Rocco said that was trash. Like, I'm right there with you, folks. That was ass. No. Like, what was that?
What if he
legitimately? There's going to be nothing but more speculation now.
The way he paused and looked back and stuff, I'm not quite sure that it isn't like. See, this is the crazy thing. Good for them.
He's just walking around right now as the crowd's following him. Based
on how he's leaving, I don't know that there's a rematch in play here.
I don't. Yeah, what do they do now with Punk? Like, what the was that? That was garbage. I'm glad that wasn't on the pay-per-view because I'm honest. I'm being honest. If we were, 5 hours into a stream watching, say, All Out, and that's what they end the fucking show on, fuck off, Tony. I don't want to watch that. What?
Jon Moxley, good news is what? We had things prepared just in case that match was short.
Right.
That was, listen, oogity boogity. Welcome back. CM Punk going back to Papa H. That would be like Bischoff joining.
Hell would freeze over.
Yeah, but that's what they would literally Bischoff walking out on Raw and shaking Vince's hand. It's that level of holy fuck.
Right, but I feel like I've said this before a bit of CM Punk is a ticking time bomb in any company he goes to. That the second that man starts to get going, like,
what if you
just wait and wait, the fucking asshole's gonna come out.
But what if you give Punk like the cushy Brock schedule of like, you show up once in a while?
Hunter's already come out and said we don't want part-timers.
Well, fuck, you shouldn't want part-timers.
Right, so fuck Punk.
Look at this. Look, the man who hates Punk.
Hey, I've been on record on our stream before going very much, this isn't, this is Paul Levesque talking to Phil Brooks type of conversation.
Pop, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here tonight. The foot ache of doom indeed. Holy shit. What just happened?
Just I don't know what to make of that besides that was an absolute trash match. Like, that's insane to me that they had that. Oh, that Punk's. Ooh, I would not be surprised.
That's what I said. I honestly felt that if Moxley walked away with the belt tonight in any capacity, that spoke to some of the truths to what we're hearing about the backstage heat. And maybe Punk said, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe they all had a little powwow and there was enough of the guys that are like sick of his shit. I don't know what to tell you, but that match speaks volumes to me right now.
But I still wonder, though, especially with that, and I guess this might just me playing devil's advocate slightly. Could it be just that he had rushed Punk back from injury already and just he had to do it? And the heat backstage is hot enough. Let's just get this the fuck over with. Again, that makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm fully with you.
I guess I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate. Changed hands in the middle of a fucking show and gets followed up.
It wasn't even the co-main. Now we got fucking Ricky Starks. Are you shitting me?
You just stole the word out of my mouth. I'm a huge fan of Ricky Starks. I should not be seeing this man on the TV right now. Yeah, right? I love Ricky. I think Ricky's excellent. But we just saw the titles change hands. The show should be over.
The pay-per-view should be over is what you were supposed to say there.
Well, at least the show.
Like I said, WCW. We having little TV meetings backstage of just
the last boat. Welcome. Yeah.
Well, you missed a lot.
No, I was shocked. I mean, speechless for a good 30 seconds there. Like, what the fuck did we just witness? Nobody called that. And like Alt T's our buddy PG. He literally just pointed out, like, it doesn't feel like it's setting up for a rematch. Like, now what happens at All Out? We're less than a week away and we have no title match? But from where? Where are you going to show up on fucking Rampage next week on Dynamite?
I don't fucking know. At this point, honestly, I don't know what to make of Tony's booking and everything, because that's the thing is, even before that match started, I halfway said that I had Mox winning. And I meant overall, I guess. And then,
what do you mean overall? You won?
Well, no, I said, because I sat there and retracted it because I thought tonight we were going to get a no contest. We've been saying that since that match has been announced. So, like I said, like we've said, for that match to have a conclusion, no matter who won, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, because it feels like it's like, you know what? Fuck this. Give him the belt. Whatever, right? Like Tony sits down. Well, because I mean, you can already see it, right? Like Tony trying to play peacekeeper because what else can he fucking do? His toys are mad at each other. And he literally like, well, Punk, you hurt Adam's feelings, blah, 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 and Punk snaps. It's possible. I mean, we don't really fucking know, but there's no way that 3 months ago when you were looking at what you were going to book leading into All Out, that you were going to have the undisputed title get fought for and won 2 weeks before your pay-per-view. How?
Well, I think JV almost kind of halfway called it there of that was, like Jeff Jarrett and Hogan, he kind of nailed it, said it earlier. It wasn't quite that same of just the, one poke and we're done here, but it was one Guri, and all of a sudden that man is made of freaking glass and just needs to, be carried out as gingerly as humanly possible.
Wow. I don't know. That is strange to me. KJ, listen to Ricky Starks. I would love to. My shit just took a fucking nap, but as soon as I get back,
I've been halfway listening to him, and he's just going insane right now. Like,
no, he's
so good he's great as an actual baby face, just because he can actually let it go.
He's a better heel. And now, granted, I've seen him way longer as a heel, so bias could be a thing.
I think AEW has nailed that weird tweener role.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, they aim for that in a lot of cases, which is interesting.
Right. And now we got a replay.
What is that on Nick's
that happened moments ago?
Fucking hell.
I feel like we're not done here, though, with this, folks. That something's going to happen still. We've still got time. Besides, obviously, Death Triangle versus Aussie Open. Yep. See, as I said, that's going to be the main event tonight.
What's going to be the main event?
The 6-man.
Yeah, no, the trios is the main event. Tony Schiavone said it. So they knew going into that match that A, it wasn't going a full hour, and B, there was more to come.
Oh, yeah. All righty. So, folks, you have me back again. Let me know. I still don't know.
No, you don't. I just had to fix something.
Okay. Well, you disappeared.
Well, I had to.
Okay.
Things are better now.
Well, then fine. You get this.
Oh, shit. Now it's just me. All right, folks, we're going to roll through. My boy's going to take a pause for the cause. I will take a second to remind everyone out there, especially if you're new here, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. I'm KJ White. That's Nick. Our boy CJ's in the chat, and we are ready to rock and roll through the next 40 minutes or so. Undisputed title just changes hands. The world champion is now undisputed. I mean, we have the undisputed world champion in Jon Moxley. Wins it in pretty much a squash match. Burberry scarf, right? Oh, he's legitimately answering. Dro Hagen, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Folks, if you're new here, don't be shy. Jump in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Guys, I'm still in shock. I'm in the chat too. And our boy Victor. There's Vic. And there's a bunch of other people in the chat as well. I'm probably not going to watch All Out. You got to watch it. Come on, Hagen. We're going to be here live. You got to watch it with us. I'll fill you guys in on the show as soon as I get it back. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, like, shit. What are we doing? Like, it literally shocked that not only was it a win, it was legitimately a beatdown. Punk hurts his foot. Moxley takes over, buries him. It's insane. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, where does this go? Like I said, we're a week away from All Out, and we don't seem to have a main event. Does this speak to bigger problems in AEW? Does this mean that Tony has, even though he had this little meeting, is one of the fallouts of his meeting that Punk said, screw it, I don't want to be at All Out. Do it without me. You know, make it Mox and Page and see how many buys you get. We don't know. It's all speculation. I really don't think that Punk's legitimately hurt. I could be wrong, but it definitely felt like a work. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. So, and Mox is speaking. Thank you, Edward. Fingers crossed. What the fudge? MJF, my close personal friend, will leave All Out as the champion. Bold. That's a bold statement. Damn it. Yeah, Moxley going off. Ricky Starks. Damian, Ricky Starks is a talent. I mean, he's got a huge upside. I want to see him get used more. Can you please answer? Yes. Oh, you mean your question? I don't know. What did you say, Dro? There's a lot going on. Network Mox versus what is on Nick's neck. Was that your question? My money's on the scarf, but Mox bleeds for sure. Even against a scarf, Mox would catch blood. I cannot get over the fact that they made that that go down like that. We all assumed that there was going to be some type of angle. Now, the night's not done yet. Like Nick said, there's got to be something here because what are we doing at All Out for a main event? What is the main event at All Out going to be? Anybody? I'll wait. That makes Mox the first two-time AEW champion. There you go. That is true. No, congrats to Moxley. I mean, other than that lazy-ass paradigm shift that he's using, I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He got in there, kicked ass, and left. But Michael's got a strong opinion on this one. AEW literally just them. All right, I'm back. Bryan Danielson versus Jake Hager next week on Dynamite, by the way. And I will take a moment while Nick is not here to remind everybody, if you go to SeatGeek.com and pick an event, wrestling, concert, sports, pick an event, use the code Wrasslin, like in our name, you will save $20 on your first purchase at SeatGeek.com. So go there, use the code Wrasslin, and save yourself $20 today. And go to an event, have fun, get out, live. Life is worth living, folks. I don't know how I ended with that. But that being said, we also have our t-shirts. Go check out Alt Wrestling Tees for our exclusive t-shirts, as well as his catalog. Lots of cool stuff, a lot of cool designs, a lot of play on with his t-shirts. So go check out all they have to offer. You can even take the $20 you get from SeatGeek and use it on a t-shirt. And of course, there's our special edition Pro Wrestlers Beat Up Sports Entertainers Wrasslin for Life edition of that t-shirt. So go check out both SeatGeek and Alt Wrestling Tees. And don't forget, we are here all week long, folks. Tomorrow night, we will not be here. So just for those who are tuning in, tomorrow night, we are not running a show. And then we will be back on Friday for doubleheader Fridays. And then we're going into the weekend. It's going to be crazy. We have so much wrestling coming away. We'll be back and running through all next week. And then, of course, we're heading into the big weekend where we got Worlds Collide. We get All Out. We get Clash at the Castle. And so much going on leading up to these two pay-per-views. There's so much to talk about. There's so much bullshit going on. There's so many rumors. Moxley doesn't have a challenger. Moxley's the undisputed champion. Punk's limping. What is going on, folks? How's everyone doing on this lovely midweek mayhem of a day? Oh, son of a bitch. What do you guys think All Out match is going to be now? I don't know. And when do we find out? That becomes my question. So if we find out next week, like if it is MJF makes a surprise comeback next week as Mox is in the ring saying, who am I going to fight? And MJF just walks out. I don't know. Is that anticlimactic? Did they miss the point? Did they drop the ball on their own storyline? Like, I don't know. Lots of questions, lots of intrigue, lots of uncertainty in AEW right now. I don't know what it all means, folks, but I know it makes for good wrestling. I know it makes for a lot of news, and it gives us a lot to talk about. And when you're on as live as much as we are, it's really good to have a lot to talk about. So no complaints from us, but man, I'm really impressed with Ricky Starks, by the way. Where's Dale's idea? I got to catch up on some of these comments. I'm way all over the place. How's everyone doing? But I also think that they should have kept this match until All Out. Michael, I mean, that's been the sentiment. Like, this to me speaks to inside house problems, politics, issues. I mean, Nick has said it several times. It feels like WCW, where it's like, whatever happened with this whole Adam Page thing, now everyone's all heated and the wrestlers are turning on Punk. Does Punk put his tail between his legs and say, go to All Out without me? See how you do. I don't give a shit. I'm going home. Moxley can have the belt. Fight whoever. I don't care. It's possible. It really is a possibility. Yep. What else? Yes. I honestly believe that Tony doesn't know how to run the show. Now, for a couple of years, a lot of the the hardcore AEW fans, myself included, who were completely bought into the product, we felt the same kind of way. Like, oh shit. In the beginning, it was like, Booker of the Year. This guy's making all the right bookings. And he didn't. I mean, we talk about it a lot. We cover them on these streams where these, we get behind. Oh, Hobbs looks awesome. Starks looks awesome. So-and-so got over it, but they just fizzle out. Or, oh my God, they just signed Ruby. Where poof, gone. Oh, they just signed Tony. Poof. Oh, Athena. Poof. Where are they? You signed Punk and you didn't even capitalize on the influx of fans with Punk. So, I call Tony the Robin Hood of wrestling, where he's stealing from the rich, giving to the poor. He was doing a good thing. He created the YouTube shows for indie wrestlers. He's done a lot of good. It's not all been bad, but this uptick from WWE has really put a spotlight on where Tony lacks. And now we don't even know what the full story is. But if this is legitimately a case of Tony's lost control and even having little meetings isn't working, what is going to happen? How much longer can he sustain? How much longer will it make sense? What will come next? Is this part of the problem when your decision makers and your EVPs aren't as talented as some of the guys that are sitting in the room that want to wrestle, and decisions are kind of influenced by some of those inner circles? It is a possibility as well. So crazy times. Maybe Mox versus MJF at All Out. That would be my guess. And here come the Lucha Bros. And Pac. Death Triangle on the way to the ring. And my favorite person in AEW, Alex. To me, that's another example of an opportunity they kind of had with Alex Abrahantes. When they were doing the whole kind of, he was being a heel and Alex was being a pain in the ass with the whole Penta says, I felt like they should have rode that for quite a while. Especially when he was messing with Cody. It was good. Mox versus MJF. I don't know. I mean, I was really bought into the idea of MJF and Punk because of the history. MJF Mox, does it have the same feel? I don't know. Let me know what you think out there, folks. And don't forget, like, subscribe, join the family. You can go to SeatGeek, use Wrasslin, save $20, watch some wrestling with us. Remember, folks, the wrestling might suck. We never do. We're here all the damn time. If there's quality wrestling to be covered, we will be covering it. So hit that little bell. You never know when we're going to pop up, and we got some jam-packed weekends ahead. We got some jam-packed weeks ahead. We got a lot of questions, a lot of things that need to be answered. Like, I want to know what is going on with Dexter Lumis, but we'll find out soon enough. Now, what is your prediction for this match? By the way, if you're new here, we take predictions on every single match. What is your prediction for tonight? We got United Empire, of course, Ospreay and Aussie Open going up against Death Triangle. I'm looking forward to this match. It's going to be crazy. It's our main event. Lots of time left on the clock, so it should be a good one. And if you're just tuning in and you don't know, Jon Moxley beat CM Punk. CM Punk got hurt, got squashed, and now we have an undisputed champion, and we don't know what this means. And mixed reviews. Big cheer from the crowd starting this one off. Of course, we got Ray Fenix and Ospreay setting the tone for what we're about to see, and it's going to be goddamn chaos. Boom, 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 boom. People in Chicago are going to be pissed Punk isn't there. What if this is the trick? Moxley ends up in a match with somebody going into All Out, and Punk circles back.
But how do you come back from that, though? Speaking of,
I don't know. He just got dusted, right? So I mean, that's it, right?
Is that the last time that we see CM Punk in AEW? Is him going out like in UFC, just crumpled in the fetal position, having to get carried out?
I can't, we never anticipated that. That wasn't the thought of this at all. And I mean, I think if you did a straw poll, most people would have had their money on Punk. Oh shit!
Pac just laying waste to Pac and Penta laying waste to everybody.
That's it, folks. We're not messing around. This main event is off and running. Let us know who your pick is for this match. Who wins the main event?
Oh, is it Yeah, I'm still taking United Empire. I Ospreay. Ospreay's my boy.
Ospreay's your boy, eh?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I feel bad about a couple of these teams in this tournament because, even Andrade, it's tough. It's so tough.
But that's the thing that they have to. It is honestly a stacked trios tournament. The only thing is that we know these belts were pretty much made specifically for the Bucks and Kenny.
Yes, and that's what the rumor has been from the beginning. So we'll see if that changes in any way, shape, or form. What did I miss? Holy shit! Zemrold, welcome to the show. You missed
somehow everything and nothing all at the same time.
That's a funny way to put it.
Like I said before, folks, we didn't get the summer of Punk, but we sure as hell have gotten the fall of Punk.
I want to see. Actually, we should be on fucking checking this shit out. Where's CJ? Get on here.
Right. Producer.
We need to know. We need our news guy.
We need our insider of insiders.
It's gonna be flying.
Oh, it's nuts. But it's gotten people talking about AEW. I just worry that it's not in a good way. I
don't know yet. I really don't. I mean, I'm still processing,
Yeah, but that's the thing is it's just everybody, regardless of how you feel about who won the match, this, that, or whatever, it was not a good match regardless. Like, if that's the match that you could have, unless legitimately Punk got shoot injured halfway through that match and they just had to call it on the damn fly, which then, but just if that's what you could produce, then why do that?
I don't know, man. Like, I really didn't expect it. I honestly thought I felt like the majority of people thought there was going to be an angle. There was going to be some type of shoot not a shoot, but some type of angle that would get us to a point of, being able to build towards All Out. Would it be somehow MJF gets involved? Does it cause a reason for a rematch? Like you said, are they just going to brawl to the point where they're like, shit, now we got to do it again later?
Right.
Unless, like you said, Punk legitimately got hurt on that move, then this is crazy times.
If that's what happened, then I guess shit luck. But I feel like you've said even before if with Moxley walking out of there as champion, then it's a terrible sign. It validates all the backstage rumors, all the speculation about everything that's been going on, everything that's been said about Punk. And I know I see you, Victor, calling me a CM Punk hater. To be a hater, you have to be wrong. That's the thing. I don't think that there's anything that I've said about CM Punk that is wrong. I'm not denying that I was one of those people that was there. I was, losing my damn mind, just like everybody was a little over a year ago at this point. That's insane to think about, that CM Punk came back in one of the biggest moments in professional wrestling. And now the entire almost professional wrestling world, in a sense, has turned on him. So either this is the best heel angle that Tony's pulled off, or this is all legitimate. This is all been truth, and there's no real leadership. It's all just organized chaos back there. Let's see. I am in picture right now, folks, for those of you following along. I don't think his injury is at work, in my honest opinion. Oh, so you think that he got injured in that? I think Punk legitimately re-injured his foot during that kick. The guy came back from a serious... Right, but then that's a problem on Tony of rushing people back too soon. We saw Kenny come out with his tactical turtleneck, as I like to call it. But, like, why... I understand that WWE has kind of reamped their game, and they're now very much kind of the favorite in this landscape. But so then why rush people back from serious injuries if they can't really go? You're not doing your product any service.
What if it was like you said, they just wanted the pop? They wanted that, like, oh my God, he's back. You know, in light of what's happening on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, but then you go into that, then you're goddamn. Woo! And Aussie Open just tossed Ospreay feet first right into Fenix in the corner,
bro.
Threw that boy like a lawn dart.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is how do you, like, you're chasing the pop, then you're Vince Russoing yourself. You're just booking to go to the next pop. You're not booking anything story-wise.
People are going to watch this trios match, right?
Right.
And if we're going to be straight up and you compare it to last week's trios match, right? Kenny, the Young Bucks, this match is way better.
Well, like I was just saying, is Kenny could not really go. I'm not knocking Kenny. I like Kenny. You do not. But I think that he was rushed back way too fast. I think that he still can't go. I think Kenny, to me, almost feels like he's a guy that's close to like a breaking point, honestly, between the rehab from the injuries and everything, and with now all this chaos going on in his baby AEW, that he seems like he's on the brink.
It's just the realization that you're not as good as you thought you were. You're not as big league as you thought you were.
Oh, well, no, I still think Kenny's that good. I think he's just anchored. He's tied his, boat, in the wrong harbor.
I legit think Punk is done. Family number 2, Jones. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility.
I've said it's an option of that might be the last time that we see CM Punk in AEW.
Yeah, shit, man. Now, people have made comments, oh, WWE. But, I mean, again, that would be the holy shit moments of holy shit moments. Imagine Punk comes out to take on Cody Rhodes.
Oh, my God.
Could you imagine the fucking heads exploding? Just literally just like.
Well, we've already seen all the odd backlash and everything about Johnny Gargano being a quote-unquote traitor because he signed with WWE, even though he never had anything lined up with AEW. It was all rumors and speculation.
Wait.
That they're in Cleveland.
Wait. Who called him a traitor?
I've seen plenty of fans online that have already turned on Gargano because they thought he was going straight to AEW. And especially because, like I said, they had been teasing it and tempting it and all of that, especially since tonight they are in Cleveland, Ohio.
That would be sick, right? It seems Tony may actually grow a spine, have the meeting before the show, and told Punk how it was going to be. Fenix, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us tonight. And that is a possibility. Could you imagine? Okay, we put everybody in the room, and the speculation was a lot of the internal people have turned on Punk. Now, if that's true, and a large group of people were like, yeah, fuck you, Punk. Could Punk have stood up, said, I'm going to give Moxley the belt tonight. You guys have fun at All Out without me. You let me know how those buys go without my name on the marquee.
Well, and that, god damn, Aussie Open with an insane diving cutter. Fenix breaks it up. Speaking of Fenix, but it's weird to me though with Punk like I said, he seems super thin-skinned of this is the guy, like, okay, you're upset because Hangman went off script and everything. Cool. Well, you still went over on him at the pay-per-view, right? You still got the pop, you still were the champion, right? Oh,
yeah, but you think somebody
you're still the guy that revitalized your career because you shot quote unquote on WWE. Okay, right? Like he Pop Meat Kettle with that bullshit. Like
yeah, exactly. That's where I was going to go with it. Like, I mean, if anybody's going to understand or at least not be hypocritical about, pulling your own shoot, I mean, you think it would be Punk, but I mean, that's all this match did was create all this speculation.
It added, rather than put out the speculation and the rumors and everything, it just dumped gasoline on it.
Jon Moxley is the undisputed champion of the world. I cannot believe it. There was no interference. There was no DQ. There was nothing. He just beat the shit out of Punk. Punk stubbed his toe.
And I know I've said this, and I know you've even mentioned of me comparing this to WCW, but that very much what it feels like. I go back to especially it was a terrible sign, even though it was a fantastic match to watch as a fan sitting there at home as a little, teenager watching it. When Goldberg faced Hogan for the WCW championship, just because it was in Atlanta, and they gave away what would have been a pay-per-view main event anywhere in professional wrestling at that time. Free on cable TV. They gave away what should have been the main event of their pay-per-view. And if there's all this bullshit and everything happening backstage that's what caused that, then that's one thing. If it's Punk somehow seriously got injured in that match, why were they having that match to kick off the second hour to begin with?
Because it was, that's where it all becomes a work, right? It would have been a different time slot if it wasn't going to end that way. If this was going to be a legitimate, unless there's more to this story. We still got time on the clock. This match, by the way, I know we're caught up in the Punk, MJF, Moxley, Tony drama, but there's a hell of a trios match going on. And this has actually been my favorite trios tournament match so far in the tournament.
Yes, we'll take a pause for the cause there on all the Punk MJF stuff or Punk Moxley stuff.
Yeah, talk amongst yourselves.
Right. And we'll try and focus on this match because this so far is the main event and the best match of the night. And this needs to honestly be the saving grace for this Dynamite to not be kind of a meh Dynamite.
Right. Blast Zone, welcome to the show. Mike's incredible show. So that's incredible. One name MJF. Yeah, there has to be an MJF angle. Everyone's waiting for it now at this point. Now, if we don't get it, what does that mean?
It means worse things. That's the thing is for right now, this is either, like I said, this goes one of two ways. Either Tony Khan is secretly an amazing booker and he's just kept it hidden, even though he's gotten Meltzer and all these people to give him Booker of the Year bullshit awards. Big suplex from Pac onto Ospreay. Or the ship has gone off the rails.
You gotta love when you're live and you just squirt your own water all over your face.
That's what she said.
Okay. All right. Gotta love the bastard. The fans are popping big for Pac, and I want to see Ospreay Pac straight up.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm still in the camp of when he's healed. If he ever gets healed, I want to see Omega versus Ospreay.
Yo, I love the fact Ospreay talks shit about Omega all the time. It makes me a big fan of Ospreay.
Right. He sat there and there was a cease and desist involved between these two.
Right. Anthony, I missed this one. Nick, this is why constantly insulting WWE on the product is a bad idea. You woke a sleeping giant, and now you're hardcore AEW fans returning on you and possibly WWE.
It's not the hardcore fans as a double kick from United Empire onto the Lucha. Oh! Both men just hit double poison ranas and just scared each other. Goddamn. Wow, absolutely. Give me Pac versus Ospreay straight up.
The crowd's into it too. Look, and Ospreay's good, man. He's a pro.
Oh, I've told you, he's one of, if not the best doing it right now. Has been. Slept on because he's not in the US.
Sporadically, he have followed his career, and his name's been out there for a good amount of time. And I've seen a lot of his work, and obviously we cover New Japan here. But to me, he's really come into his own.
Well, especially when he moved the shift from junior heavyweight to heavyweight in New Japan.
Yeah,
it's really sparked his career to that next level. Oh, wow. Oh, he Hulkamania's right up out of the suplex. Ox cutter.
They're down. Wow.
Wow.
This is awesome.
Right. Fight forever.
I hate that chant.
Well, this absolutely should have been the main event.
Oh, well, I mean, especially again, I always have a pet peeve if the championship match is not the main event of something. I really don't. I think there's small exception to that rule. But I even get mad when WWE would bring back like a Goldberg and like Goldberg Brock would be the main event or whatever it was with no belt, and then your champions went on before. It's like, nah, the attraction's got to go on second last with a couple exceptions.
Yeah, if they're not the main event, then why do you put the belt on them?
Yeah, exactly. It's the main event spot.
Right.
But that's where you said they booked this for the second hour. They set it up a certain way. And I still, like, I mean, they showed the crowd, and the crowd looked like us. Just.
Well, right. Just, I don't know what
to
do. I don't know what to do with my hands. But I guess go back to that question real quick. I'll try and answer that super quick between this.
This one?
Right. It's not the hardcore fans that are leaving AEW. It's the
fringe,
disenfranchised WWE fans that
it's the CJ
AEW because it was better than the current WWE product. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, is WWE wouldn't be a sleeping giant until whoever leaked that information out about Vince McMahon.
I think
otherwise this would still be a wrestling trying to. God damn.
Super duper plex.
That was like a super brainbuster more than anything.
Right.
Wow.
Josh, welcome.
Yes. WCW.
We're getting the "This is awesome" chant. Everyone's just laying each other out. And I know some of the old school wrestling fans are going to be like, "This is shit." No, this is not shit. This is highly entertaining.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry, but there comes with everything evolves, everything progresses. There needs to be
Boogity boogity, good way to put it. Hope you're having a good week. ROH title match on Rampage, Claudio versus Dustin. Yes, they announced that last week.
I'm excited for that match. Give that the full hour. Give that the full hour.
Yeah, no. No, I think give it the full hour, or at least give it a good solid chunk of time.
Oh,
and I think it's one of those matches where it helps validate Claudio as a champion.
Oh, well, and even then, I think, especially now that his brother's in WWE, Dustin needs to kind of re-solidify. I'm here for a reason. I can still go. I think he needs to validate his spot on the roster.
I think he's past that.
Well, I'm not saying. Well, listen, I think just for him, I'll put it that way. I'm not saying he needs to say keep his spot or anything like that. I think he just personally.
That match was lively. That's how I feel. Hogan always went on last. I'm thinking of our buddy Hagen in the chat, Edward.
Yeah, well, that's because Hogan, got to pull off the "doesn't work for me, brother."
Yeah, but I mean, as the champion, that's what it should be. Is I'm not going first. What the fuck do you mean go first?
Right, but you also don't need creative control.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you had it.
Right, if you got a sucker, might as well use it.
Pause.
Pac
going up to the top. Wow, what a wow. Man, I can't wait I want to see the fallout of this fucking Punk situation.
I'm sure, and it's just probably because we're live right now. So if anyone can keep an eye on Twitter, I'm sure that's in cesspool right now.
Oh, I could only imagine. And this is a perfect point, Edward. It's called sports bandwagon. And I mean, it is sports bandwagoning. You know what? If Bray Wyatt walks out right now and it is the next competitor for Moxley's title is Bray Wyatt, and everyone loses their fucking mind, all of a sudden we're going to start finding flaws. It happens. There's momentum. Right now, all on one side, though.
Well, and that's the thing is that's kind of what comes with this job and everything is you got to be critical. You can't just sit there and fanboy for everything. It's got to have some flaws. We're not, there's plenty of stuff in WWE that's still flawed. It's, trying to just have the best product available.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Wow.
What?
Ospreay landed clean.
and then got
on his feet out of a Hurricane and just gets spiked on a cutter. God. Wow.
What is happening right now?
Amazingness.
There was just a weird pause.
I think they were all trying to catch the goddamn breath like we are.
The tornado. Now, Pac's still up there. Ospreay should be feeling pretty good by now, no?
Yeah, well, logic.
I want Death Triangle to win this, and they're not going to.
United Empire, Black Arrow. Oh! Knees up.
Oh, shit! Wow.
I had hands up, everything. I thought.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that was a 2. We got a tag.
Just goddamn.
Oh, shit. Where did that come from?
Oh, elbow. Super kick.
Super kick.
Wow.
Wow,
Super
folks.
kick.
Are you seeing this shit? This is how you make us happy.
Folks, I'm sorry, but this is just spot after spot move. This is just greatness right now. Yes, Victor, we did see actually on Fightful that Tony Khan held a meeting before.
Yeah, but I'm curious what this report is about the meeting and people got promoted.
Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't see people got promoted. Yeah.
Well, back up to the top.
So you get promoted, so you're responsible for this now, so no one can blame me, right? Now you're responsible for that. So no
right. You do it. You fucking do it. I'm tired of getting
you go deal with Punk's cranky ass. I don't want to deal with him anymore.
FTR is now head of tag team division. What is happening right now? Look at this.
Pac seems like he keeps having to take his time steadying himself.
Bro.
What the hell?
That took way too long, but it was worth
like
it.
I said, moonsault from Pac onto
Kip.
Open. Hey, there's Kip.
Wait,
Pac
I have a
little unsure of himself on the top rope. That's a little weird. Oh, Kip's gonna get involved. I think is Kip challenging for the All Atlantic?
I believe so. Or has it been at least hinting at it?
Him and Penelope.
Are they going to do the Dexter thing where it's not Dexter? Look, it's not Dexter.
It's not Dexy. Oh, technically that should be a DQ.
Where's the ref?
Wins,
Did the ref die?
I don't know. Well, then again, is there DQ in a 6-man tag?
It should be. It's a tag match.
If there's still legal tags, yes.
Yes.
But so
there hasn't been in about 18 minutes.
Right there, you called it. They literally did exactly the same thing that Dexter did.
They did the same thing that Loomis did 2 nights ago.
Right.
And the crowd is chanting Kip.
All 5 of them are chanting Kip.
All five. Good point.
One section, one row is chanting Kip. And then the ones right beside him. Oh,
that's too funny.
Nasty close.
Mark Davis went to do his finisher, and Fenix didn't leave the corner, so he had to go back and get him. Come here, you. So we got problems for Death Triangle again. See, this is, I feel like, stop and start builds for a lot of these trios, right? Like Death Triangle, Andrade, even House of Black.
Oh, we're getting Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not. Oscutter.
The assisted Oscutter. It's over. And United Empire, give them the first ever. Hey, that could be a hell of a main event, though. United Empire versus the Elite.
I think United Empire versus anybody right now is fantastic. Them versus House of Black, them versus the Elite. Edward, I was pretty much right there with you. I was kind of like that. I would watch.
The ref was alive and well during that whole fucking process. That's crazy to me.
I guess so, folks. You heard it here first. Kip Sabian is less threatening than a steel chair. Because that's what it had to be for that to not be a DQ. Wait. What? Oh, we're getting Kenny.
I like this music better than their super kick party music. Like the Bucks music itself. I like the Elite.
Oh, right, yeah. But still, Kenny with more K2 tape on him. Like, this man is literally like taped together.
Kenny's looking kind of big though. Maybe it's just the fucking hoodie that he's wearing. But
maybe it's like 9 months of being out of the ring.
Oh, come on. Go meet him.
Please give me Kenny give me Kenny versus Ospreay.
Listen, the ratings are going to go through the roof if he gets in that ring. How is United Empire? Well, I mean, technically, you'd want them to be the heels in this situation.
Yeah, well, it's hard to be heels versus douchebags.
Donnie, Callis, let him go. Let him go.
Still, see, they're going to give me my dream match at some point here. And hopefully Omega versus Ospreay.
One. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's.
Yes, Edward, just real quick, like I was saying, I was the kid that would watch like the first hour of WCW before Raw kicked on.
Yeah.
And then would kind of like set it to record either or, depending on which I was watching. Like probably most of the time I end up falling asleep. Yeah.
Right. I have a friend who played football in college and high school, and he said that the foot injury that Punk has should have kept him out for a year. That's hard to say, Anthony.
I'm glad your friend told it. Right, yeah.
What specifically was his foot injury that should keep him out for a year?
Right, we don't know what the foot injury is. But, folks, so that's how they ended.
That's it.
Aew Dynamite is the standoff between United Empire and the Elite. Chris, really, with a 9 out of 10.
Bold. Chris loves
and no Bailey.
No,
I think you'd just be giving that out like you get a 9 and you get a 9, you get a 10.
It's crazy. Yeah, 9. See, here's the thing. It was a good show. It was kind of a tale of two shows.
It was a tale of one match.
This is a hard one to call because that Moxley situation is really confusing and really up in the air right now. Like as far as how they're going to bill it, how they are booking it. Welcome mid.
Yeah,
there you go.
Mid.
Yeah, 5 mid, 4 mid, 5 mid, 9. No. 3. Wow. 3.
No, I would say 9, maybe 10 for the main event because that main event was fantastic. If you watch anything from Dynamite tonight, watch the Punk Moxley clusterfuck that was a match, and then watch every second of United Empire versus Death Triangle because that was fantastic.
I have NXT yesterday, 2 out of 10. Okay, so Chris is a day behind.
Wait, what the?
No,
you gave NXT last night a 2 out of 10, but you give tonight a 9 out of 10. Is that recency bias just because of that main event? Because the rest of that was no offense.
Well, wait, we had the beginning of the show sucked. I didn't like it. The whole, I mean, it just went too long, and Jericho sucks, and I don't want to see Bryan fight Jericho. I want Bryan to fight the champion or be involved in the championship. Maybe he fights Moxley next, but 1 second, shoot.
But yes, so folks, let me know your ratings. I'm kind of with, I guess I'm going to just give it a rating of mid out of 10. I don't know how else really to put, like, I don't feel it. I don't really want to give it a number because that Moxley Punk thing that took over, that whole conversation took over the whole rest of the show. And that match was just garbage. And it just, I don't know what to make of that. Just, there's so many questions. Like, how do you keep going after that? Like how do you pay attention to anything after that? But the main event alone should have been the whole show. Like that was fantastic. I feel like that deserves a separate grade from the rest of the show because the rest of the show, I can't name anything else that I actually was excited about.
Ricky Starks was good.
He was good, but it's one of those of I'd like to see him have a match.
7.5. The Britt match sucked. I mean, didn't give
Good,
us
but
much.
not great. That's why I say it just gets a score of mid. Fitting with the scarf and everything, it gets a score of mid.
Mid. All right. Too much talking on the show. 4 out of 10. So yeah, I mean the consensus. Yeah, I mean, you just had the Undisputed title go in such a way. Like, I mean, that main event isn't enough to save the show. So I'll say that the main event pushes it to a 5 for me, so that they don't lose. They don't fail. They don't go below 5. I'll give them that 50%, because I think half the show, I mean, even at the end with Kenny coming out, and you know how critical I am of the Elite, it was exciting. Like, oh shit, let's go. Get him in the ring. They should have let him just go. Like, have a little scuffle, break him up, and have the show go off with security.
It's because Kenny didn't have his tactical turtleneck. He wasn't prepared. He didn't have his whole, sling brace and everything else. What, Victor?
I guess we almost got away with it.
Yeah.
Victor's becoming the sex bot. We're gonna have to.
Sometimes you gotta slow with the what.
Mm-hmm. What? But that being said, folks, I mean, holy shit, what a crazy night. I mean, I can't get over the fact that, Rocco says 5.14.
Yeah, you didn't even give it a number. I don't know.
I gave it a 5. Did you give it a number?
Okay. So I guess, there, Victor, you want me to give it a number? I guess mid would count as a 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you said mid. I forgot that.
United Empire halfway, so mid.
Yeah. No, that was a great main event. I mean, I give him credit. Yes, some shit I didn't like Kip Sabian just flattens Pac in front of the ref.
Yeah, but who cares about Kip Sabian?
Well, that's it. Like, how the fuck did we get Kip Sabian back in the mix? I guess he's finally ready to fight.
Tony finally texted him back. He's like, shit, I need people.
Right. 7 out of 14. All right. I'll give you that.
So mid.
Mid. I gave it only 5 because the main event saved the show. I agree with Edward on this one for sure, Edward.
Facts.
I mean, you're spot on. I mean, Jon Moxley is your new United States, undisputed, son of a bitch, undisputed AEW world champion, crushes oh my God, I'm done. We're good. Crushes Punk in impressive fashion. Punk hurts his foot, has to be helped out. KWC says 8.6 out of 10. I don't know. I mean, there are parts of the show that warrant a better score. But
right, but you get weighted by the anchors of the show. That's the thing. I hope to one day smoke the hopium that KWC and Chris and all of them are smoking, that can get a show like tonight to a 9 to 8.5. Even I guess Victor, I'm gonna call you cut the shit because that was not a 7.5. Like the main event, if you want to take the main event solely as its thing, that was fantastic. That could be its own show. The rest of tonight, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's a really weird show. I didn't hate the show. Like, I almost feel like I should go a little higher than 5, but it is what it is. I'm still disappointed with how Punk worked out. So,
but that took over the whole conversation. The rest of
the night. Of course, it's going to. It's the Undisputed Championship, and I mean, I still think they could have done it where that was the end of the show.
Yeah. That should have opened.
Open probably, but then again, you would have talked for 2 hours about Punk and.
But then, if you're gonna fucking do it that way, and pardon my language, if you're gonna do it that way to where that's the ending, unless that was absolutely a shoot finish,
there's no way
somehow miraculously. But if that's the ending that you booked, why even have the fucking match at that point?
I think you have no choice. I think that's the problem with the situation.
I almost feel like, and I think JV even said it. I feel like a couple people are even saying it now, of that almost, if that's the way that was booked to go, that halfway feels like the new generation finger poke of doom, the Enziguri of doom.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, fuck, man.
Now you watch, everybody's going to be hashtag Enziguri of doom tomorrow,
right? Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see it everywhere.
Right.
Buries Punk more like it. Yeah, I mean, he got buried, but I mean, but he had to be okay with it. I mean, he obviously agreed to go.
Okay, or just that's the last time we see CM Punk in a.
There's no way that's the last time. I think there's something more at play here. I think the next time we see Punk,
we'll see him again in a video package. That might be about it.
No, I think the next time we see Punk, he's a heel. He's a pure on heel.
But well,
and he comes
so
back
then
with
that,
a
I
fucking
get you there.
vengeance.
So then that begs the question of did Punk or has Tony rushed guys like Punk and Kenny back too fast because of the WWE thing?
I think so. I mean, I think that's why we have a tactical turtleneck on Kenny. I think that's why we have Punk faking another injury. Maybe it was that like, he wasn't 100%. He said, listen, we can go out, we can do this. I'll get squashed. Everyone will be like, oh my God, it'll be a big shocking thing. But then I'm coming back and I'm going to get him. Like, I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't think
is right now there's so much at play that it's so hard to try and make heads or tails of it.
Mm-hmm. And it's really hard to say. I mean, it should have waited to All Out. We assumed it was heading towards All Out. What the fuck is happening for All Out? But I don't think we have a choice. There's no way you do this match and have a title change this close to your pay-per-view.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's the thing. I think Rocco here even said it earlier about how, or was asking if the All-Out card from last year was better than this year's. And absolutely at this point. Absolutely.
Well, it's official now.
Right.
Yeah, shit, man. Whew, not good.
All right, fine, Victor. I'll give you a pass on that because you're counting in the main event. That main event was fantastic.
Welcome. 25 likes. Is that what the number is right now? I appreciate 25 likes. So, but if you haven't liked it yet, let's go.
Smash that like button, smash that notification button, smash that subscribe button.
Yeah, join the family.
Smash it like CM Punk's foot.
And we will remind everybody while you're here and tuned in, we will be back on Friday, doubleheader Friday. We'll be going hard as we tackle SmackDown and Rampage. Then we got a weekend of wrestling and another weekend of wrestling. We got more stuff coming. Just hit the little bell, go follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Trust us.
If you like anything to do with professional wrestling, this is the place to be. Like I've said before, you're not going to have a place that gives you this much content of professional wrestling across the board, and I say professional wrestling. And also that it's the most live, up-to-date, this is our instant live reactions. We're breaking news before even their own podcast can break them and shit like that. So we're live so much that it can't help but be breaking news, folks.
It's true. And often imitated, never duplicated. We're having a whole lot of fun. And if you're just getting here, like I said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. What a crazy night. The show was a 5, but the addition of the 2.5 points for the main event. So 7.5. All right.
You get a pass because
I think it's a little,
the El Capitan of the family there.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's a really tricky night. There was elements of the show that I liked. I didn't feel like it was an overly boring show. I wasn't dying on the line like, oh, fuck, will this 2 hours ever end? But at the same time, slightly confused.
What else did we – what else? But that's the thing is the whole Punk-Moxley conversation.
Kind of overshadowed
the match, during the match, after the match, dominated tonight.
Yeah. I mean, we're still on here with a good amount of people hanging around because I think of that topic.
Oh, absolutely.
Tony's got to right the ship. I think Tony's next step is
he has to take the fucking wheel of the ship first before he
No. I think Tony has to let go of the fucking wheel. I
don't think he's ever had the goddamn wheel.
Matter. He's been trying to fucking steer this thing, and he's not. He's had his moments. He struck gold a couple times, but I think he's having trouble controlling the steering wheel. And the more people you put in the boat, the harder it is to control. I think Tony needs to go sit in the captain's chair and let some drivers drive the fucking boat.
That's when he was doing it. That's when you had the Young Bucks, you had Kenny, you had Hangman Page. Christ, that's why fucking Cody was like, I'm sick of dealing with y'all.
Yeah, because they wanted to do what they thought's fun. They want to do what they think is cool. And it doesn't always translate. And you need somebody in the room to go, wait, what?
There needs to be an actual serious authority figure. And that's not Tony Khan. That's Triple H in WWE. Yeah. Christ, I'd even say that's Billy Corgan in NWA. I'd say that's Scott D'Amore in Impact. 100%. You don't have that in AEW. It's hard to take Tony Khan seriously as an authority figure. Really, but I've said it before. It's like him playing with his goddamn action figures. He still thinks that he's still a fan. He's fucking hugging every wrestler, like it's a fucking meet and greet. It's like, dude, you you work with them now. Like, you're their boss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it really is insane, Nick. And I mean, you need that. You need that point of stop. And you need, I mean, Jericho to me is the perfect example. Jericho signed with AEW and everyone was like, great, but this is what happens sometimes. Like Jericho says, well, the WWE stymied my creative. Well, the WWE gave us the whole, Festival of Friendship, which went over really well. They gave us Y2J that worked really well. When you have somebody, they're looking at you going, okay, Jericho, you're going to do the following shit. It worked out. When we left you to your own devices, you've done nothing but gimmick bullshit for 2 years, 3 years now. Just rinse and repeat of just, all right, back to nothing.
Well, here's the best comparison I can think of. WWE stymied Vince Russo's booking. We saw Vince Russo's booking unstymied in WCW. Yeah. Jericho says WWE stymied his creative, his booking. Now we see what it is, unfiltered, and we get a mimosa match. We get a Anarchy in Arena followed by a Blood and Guts match. We see him feuding with Eddie Kingston, Daniel Bryan, Daniel Garcia now, just anybody and everybody. MJF, CM Punk, just Moxley, you name it. Anybody that he can latch onto to get him through the next month or so of being relevant still.
No, I completely.
He talks, he runs his damn mouth.
Yeah, I mean, and that's been kind of the case, but that's where you need somebody to step in. Like when Eddie Kingston gets hot and he's on a heater and he's rolling, and people are starting to go like, this guy would be good as champ. And Jericho walks in the room and says, I want Kingston. Tony has to be able to look at Jericho and go, no. No, you can go after the Dark Order.
Right. We've got Colt Cabana.
Right. You got Colt.
Sorry, fresh out of Eddie Kingston, but we've got plenty of Dark Order.
AEW is annoying. I think AEW is young. I think AEW is young. I think it's got time. I'm trying to be patient. I want to see where AEW is at the 5-year mark. But they have hit a bit of a lull here where the numbers aren't increasing by any substantial amount. They're not gaining any really market share of any of this. And now the tide has turned, and you're now in a bidding war with somebody that seems very capable of signing the talent that you might be interested in.
Well, and that's the thing, is it's one of those of, I feel like it's annoying at times. There is still some good in it, but it's one of those of it's got to start pulling its act together. And I know we're going to get so many comments and oh, you guys just hate AEW. No, it's like someone has said earlier, you can't take pot shots at WWE constantly and want to be on this competitive level. And then once WWE starts to win, oh, wait, hold on. No.
That's my favorite part.
We just want a wrestling world for everybody. That's great. But then it's the little, you called it before, the little brother.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a little brother syndrome. And that's exactly what it was is, poke. And then the minute you slap your little brother back, next thing, Pops is in the room and you're in trouble.
Right.
So that's the case here. And listen, nobody wants just wrestling utopia more than us, because the better both shows are, the better. We've sat here for hours, and the people that think we're just pro WWE, we sat here for hours and hours and hours of WWE content by Vince McMahon and Johnny and Bruce and the bunch. That was fucking horrendous. We had nights where we could have put fucking toothpicks in our eyes because of the WWE. Just not the case right now. And we got to call a spade a spade. It is legitimately doing much better. And now we're watching shit on AEW kind of unravel. And we're like, fuck, what does this all mean? There better be a plan. And he better be bigger.
That's the thing is, I guess, even like what you were saying of,
I agree with Victor.
Well, they're still 3 years into it. We still want to see them grow. I don't know if you should be having these type of problems 3 years in. I think they might have. I think Tony has this big influx of ex-WWE talent. He already has his already inflated roster of AEW originals. Now he doesn't. He's even said, I don't have enough space to get them all on TV.
Right.
So, well, you need to figure that out, sir, and maybe not have stuff like the Ass Boys.
That's not the problem for me, and I think it's a little convoluted with that. Nick, is that he if you put everybody in the right place, you can kind of find a way to make them fit. And then we've seen it with other shows where, you know, you might have to rotate certain people. Oh, I don't know how to fit all the wrestlers on the show. Daniel Garcia is on every fucking episode. Chris Jericho is on every fucking episode. Orange Cassidy is on every fucking episode. If you want to change and make room for other guys, stop using the same ones. Find a way to rotate people in and out. There is time and place. You do have time for not all of the guys you have, but you took too many of the signings, you know, with the exception of, I think right now, Swerve and Lee, who got pushed towards a title. Now they have a belt. Now they matter just for a little while. Then they'll break up and we'll figure it out. But you have all this other talent just floating in the middle. Cole, Bryan, Red Dragon, Punk. They were all floating in the middle. Now, Punk eventually gets his belt, but most of the guys that came out, Ruby Soho, poof, gone. You know, it just on and on of like, oh my God, they're here. They're going to do nothing, though. They're going to go fight nobody for a while. Why?
That's the thing is it's done so many similarities to WCW, and that's the thing is we've seen how that story ended, and we just kind of, for those who think we're super critical of AW, we don't want another WCW to happen.
Constructive.
Right. And well, when you're having to have team meetings before a show because of rumors about heat with your champion, about backstage chaos, about contract numbers and times and everything getting leaked out, and just everything getting leaked out like a goddamn sieve, that's a big problem. When you're having to have nothing but gimmick matches and debuts that amount to nothing because that's all you have in your gas tank, that's a problem. I want someone to go back in the prime of like when Kenny was the belt collector and count how many elite segments there were on TV and tell me it doesn't remind you of like when the NWO was in its heyday and they were on from the fucking start of the show to the end of the show, almost every other segment, because they had to be on TV because it was the clique. It was Hogan, it was Nash, it was Scott Hall.
You got to make them feel good. You got to put them over.
Now, you got to highlight your EVPs, your company, that no, you can't go out there and do all that bullshit you want to do.
Yeah. I'll get back to that one, Dan. 1 second. I think Impact shows have been better. Yes, I mean, I can get behind Impact, and I mean, Impact does deliver, and I mean, their pay-per-views have been outstanding. The show's good. It's hit and miss for me, though. It's similar to kind of,
it's the midweek shows right now seem to be hitting this weird kind of they're up and down.
Yeah,
NXT's kind of up at times. Then it's down. AEW's up at times, then it's down. Then same thing with Impact. It's up and then it's down. Raw seem to be very much on an uptrend, and especially SmackDown. To me, SmackDown's right now the A show of WWE.
Yeah, it's fucking. I mean, Raw's not doing bad. If Raw could just shave off 1 hour, we'd be laughing. But we'll get into that. Dan asked, where is Claudio? Claudio will be here on Friday. He will be defending his title against
Dustin. I was about to say, just like us, we will be here Friday giving you a doubleheader covering SmackDown and Rampage, where you can see Claudio versus Dustin for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
That's true, folks. We will be here for the doubleheader, and we're here all the time. Like, subscribe, share, join the family, be a part of the fun. For those who are always here and always having fun with us, we appreciate you. We appreciate it all. Every minute you spend watching us, we have a great time doing it. So don't go anywhere. Come back all the damn time because we do. Like I said, there's a 95% chance we are not here tomorrow doing anything. And then we'll be back on Friday for Doubleheader Friday. And then we head into a very busy stretch for us. So stay tuned. Watch, like, subscribe. Tell everybody you know. Nick, what a crazy night in AEW.
Oh, like I said before, we had all this rumors and all this speculation, and now they've done nothing but add gasoline to it.
If this ends up being a work, I will stand up and applaud for sure. It feels like there's
we'll have to have a moment of silence on the damn podcast of literally just like
listen, they're
applauding.
There's a lot of podcasters out there are going to have to take a moment and go,
I was wrong.
Right?
Put out a I was wrong video. We're sorry.
Look, we stayed a couple minutes too long and the sex bot showed up.
Yeah, I got it.
Impact has a nice card tomorrow. We'll think about it, Victor.
Yeah. We've been talking about it. We're commenting and speculating.
Oh, we're almost out. Just get to these ones quickly. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Monkey Roblox Gaming. Hi, I'm a bit late to the stream, but what is your favorite match from the few weeks Triple H has been running SmackDown? Ooh. Shinsuke Gunther is one on top of my head.
Yeah, I would kind of go with that right now because that's the one that jumps to the front of my mind.
I just like KO in general. KO beating the shit out of everybody. KO Gable turned out well for me.
Yeah. I think, like I said, I go with the Clash of Strong Styles there. That's the one, especially once you said it, that's the first one that jumped to my mind.
Welcome to the show, Boo. I don't know what to say, but yeah, no, the show is.
We're wrapping up, buddy. You can go back.
We're going home.
We're done a little bit.
But yeah, we've been here all night, so you got to come tune in while the show is running. That's about it. I think we're good. Ciampa Styles is a good choice too. I like that choice. But yeah, with all that being said, sorry, try to make Monkey go away here. Lashley versus Ciampa. Not bad.
No, well, that's the thing. We've already had 3 solid selections, and that's just what, 3 weeks.
When was the last time we could say that?
Match a week. Better than what Vince was doing.
Yeah, well, the good news for us, the good news for the fans is wrestling is interesting. The wrestling, the storylines, the news, the rumors, all the bullshit is exciting, which is good because it means we have more content to bring. Remember, folks, if something breaks, we will be here. We will jump on and talk about it. Other than that, folks, thank you for joining us again tonight. Until Friday for the doubleheader, we will see you on the flip side.
Peace.
Thank you.